Hello everyone, MFPallytime here. Welcome back to the A through Z playthrough. In today's video, I guess I could turn my camera on. In today's video, we land upon Deckard Cain. Oh, actually, hold on. I found it, and I'm only mildly out of breath. So Deckard Cain was added into the game on April 24th, 2018, and a few months before that, he was actually shown off at PAX East. And they handed out these posters to everyone that attended the show where they were showing them off. Yeah, look at that. Sorry, it's kind of hard to hold, and I know it's reflecting lights a little bit. Man, I totally forgot about this thing until I read the notes that he was released at PAX. That's been sitting under my bed ever since we got it. You couldn't actually play him at PAX unless you knew somebody, because you had to go into the adjoining hotel of the convention center and sign an NDA. But he was pretty fun. The one thing that was different before he was added into the game, before he was actually released, was Lornado. After 1 second, create a whirling tome tornado that travels towards the target direction, continually knocking back enemies that come into contact with it. The level 20, I believe, gives it cooldown reduction every time it hits a hero. Just in testing, it gave so much more CDR. At one point, I believe I had 6 Lornados just going every direction around my character. We were just playing against bots, so they were pretty easy to hit. But they tuned that back before he was added. Current win rate, 47.87% with an 11% popularity. He was also just buffed on August 20th, I think. He was adjusted in that patch. They made the travel speed for his potions a little bit faster, both at close range and long range, so you can actually get your heal to the destination a little bit easier. They also changed Scroll of Identify to have a stacking damage component. I believe that was the only addition. I'm pretty sure it already did all the other stuff. And they made it so Lornado can actually deal some damage to enemies. I imagine this would be better if you can like push him into a wall or something. I haven't actually tried it in my practice games just yet. I remember being very pessimistic about Deckard because last time we played him on the A through Z, no one was picking up potions at all, to the point where I got so frustrated and just played with viewers because I knew they would actually play around me. To my surprise, that problem seems to be pretty much eliminated in today's environment. I've played 4 practice games so far on Deckard, and they've all been a very pleasant experience. In fact, I'm probably the most surprised about Deckard Cain that I was about any character that we've covered so far. I've really been enjoying my time on him. All right, ladies and gentlemen, got a weird one for you today. The friendly team, Deckard Cain, May, Leora, Kagar, and Zagara. The enemy team, Diablo, Trunda, Chilgal, and Abathur. So, should I even go for this quest? I've gone for this quest in every single one of my practice games. I've enjoyed it quite a lot. My best game, I got 65 stacks, which is 130 additional damage on our Scroll of Sealing, which is pretty good. That's pretty good. I don't hate that. However, each enemy hit by Scroll of Sealing grants 20 spell power for 16 seconds. This has been the most popular talent prior to the most recent patch. Because we're just going to have fewer bodies on the enemy team for me to actually scale off of, I'm thinking this might be the way I want to go. Also, having more spell power also increases the amount of healing that we do, the amount of damage that we do. Certainly not a bad thing. Our Q ability throws out health potions. These health potions stay on the ground until one of our friendly members pick them up. We can also, skill shot them onto our allies as well, but that's a little harder to do. Decent root on the back line is going to hit Shogal. Shove, moving him a little bit closer to the gates, but it is going to be enough to get him out of there. I had a lot of fun in the majority of my practice games on Deckard Cain, which is not something that I was expecting at all. My memory of this character, what I actually experienced when this character came out, was nothing but frustration. That's why I didn't continue to level him. It was like most people just didn't give a shit about the potions. They were potion blind. They could be right next to them and they would somehow, you know those videos that are popular where you fill your hallway with stuff and see if your cat knocks it over? It was like that. It was like the whole hallway was filled with potions and they somehow managed to not disturb a single one of them. So fucking frustrating. Those times seem to mostly be behind us. I've been pretty surprised by our allies in not only, you know, a couple games, but in most games being able to play around Deckard. His health healing is absolutely insane. Deckard could keep himself alive through a drought, a famine, and, you know, some kind of blizzard at the same time. It doesn't matter. He has a 4-second cooldown on his healing potions. This used to be a 3-second cooldown. So previously, it was just impossible to kill a Deckard. Now, that being said, I did try to lay some potions down there for Leoric, and he just avoided both of them. Right in the lane. So, you know, not everybody's on the same page with us. We'll lay down here with Zagara because she seems to be having some trouble. If we continue to root people, it can continue to increase the amount of spell power that we get up to a cap. Don't do that. Leave her alone. We have 4 potions down in the middle of the lane if we're able to push up into that. We're also going to take Rejuvenation Potion here. Since the patch, I've been taking this, and I've actually liked it quite a lot. What it does is turn your potion, which is just a direct heal, into a heal over time as well. And it also gives a little bit of mana to anyone who can pick up the potion. Meaning characters like, I don't know, Vala is pretty popular right now, and Vala runs out of mana really easily. You can sustain them throughout team fights much easier. 60 seconds on my sippy cup, so I'm not going to be able to take that here, but the friendly team is up in the top lane. Cho'Gall's still in the bottom, so half the team isn't here, and we're still not moving in super fast on this objective. That root should land on Diablo. Yes, it does. Will they be able to finish him off? That's the part I'm not sure of. Our team's only real, like, pure damage dealer is Zagara, who was just nerfed into oblivion in the last patch, it seems. She went from one of the highest win rates to one of the lowest in a single update. I'm trying to play this a little cautiously. I'm just going to stand kind of far back here and sprinkle some potions in for our team. If they can move into them, great. Zagara is here on the scene, and this is looking like a pretty good route where Leoric was. We'll go ahead and start to heal for more with that additional spell power that we just picked up from that route. Once we hit level 7, things are going to get even easier, but for now, route in the middle does hit Cho'Gall. Did we get 2 stacks of that? Or is it just 1 stack for that? My sippy cup is ready, and I need it, so unfortunately I have to back out of this confrontation, but it looks like the friendly team is going to grab the first objective of the game. She's really dangerously close to being in range there. We're going to grab Cube Mastery, reduce the mana cost of Scroll of Sealing, and when we hit enemies with the Scroll of Sealing, it's also going to lower the cooldown of our, or excuse me, when we hit people with the Haraja Cube, it's also going to lower the cooldown of our Scroll of Sealing. Meaning we can actually get multiples of these out in a lot of cases fairly easily in just a single team fight. Let's get a Scroll of Sealing out on Cho. Just missed by an inch. And of course, it's important to remember, while you're doing all of this crowd control, you still have to be sending out potions to your team the entire time as well. For an old man, you sure do have a lot to think about here. Another Scroll of Sealing is out, is going to hit every member of the enemy team that was standing there, and it looks like we are on a full-on retreat now. Zagara did go back down to the middle lane, grabbing this Merc Camp for our team to push, and she's doing that in the bottom lane right now as well. This is the kind of aggression you need to have, not only versus a Cho'Gall, but when the enemy team has an Abathur, you really gotta capitalize on your map control as best as you can. Now, unfortunately for the enemy team, I'm a Deckard Cain, so they can't kill me under any circumstances. Even though 4 members of the enemy team were hitting me there and I was stunned by Tyrande, literally all we did was walk away. We are going to take Stay a While and Listen here. Diablo being pushed back into our gates. Let's see if that root lands, and AoE sleep on the enemy team. Any damage done will interrupt the sleep. However, it does allow us to set up pretty nicely to hopefully kill off some enemy combatants. The root does land on the enemy team's Tyrande, and the wall from Leoric goes up. We can root Cho'Gall out of this if we're fast enough. There it is. Perfect. And again, I have to make sure that I'm still healing in between all of this. When I thought of Deckard Cain, I literally thought you just throw potions down. All of this stressful ass shit didn't even cross my mind, dude. This is a lot to think about. We're going to continue to throw potions on our Zagara, keeping not only her health, but her mana high. However, my mana, not very good at the moment. I'll let my team know that, actually. I have maybe one more root in the tank. I'm actually going to send it on Diablo. Even though he won't be rooted, it still gives me that spell power bonus. Now, I should have probably gone for the Scroll of Identify. Like I said, I've been using that in all of my warm-up games, and it's felt great. Also, because the damage on our team is low, that increased armor reduction of 15 means each and every enemy is taking 15% more damage that we root. However, I think our talent choice is fine. I thought I was going to have a hard time actually rooting these guys, but they are just landing like crazy. If you're struggling with it, Scroll of Sealing needs to be placed first because it is very, very easy for your enemies to spot. And then as it's forming, you just drop down a slow to hopefully help keep them in it. The enemy team's Cho'Gall beating up our Mei pretty hard here. Good wall, but unfortunately knocking him out of it. Will it matter? It looks like it does not. The monstrosity for the enemy team is down here trying to assist Cho'Gall, but it is going to be running. Depending on... Ooh, I slowed him! You knocked him out of it! What the fuck? Depending on how long that monstrosity has been alive, it can deal a lot of damage, but it looks like our team is just walking right over this at the moment. Tyrande trying to move up. We're just putting that root there to make sure she doesn't do that. In a lot of games, I've been playing against a very heavy melee teams, and this Scroll of Sealing is so easy to land in situations like that. You literally just, like, if Varian charges you, you just put the Scroll of Sealing where you're standing, and he's going to be rooted guaranteed, like this Diablo here. Boom! Easy. No problem. Trying to get a heal over to our Zagara, but unfortunately a little late. Hogger up in the top lane here. Let's just fucking completely whiff my ult because Mei moved them out of it. That feels kind of bad. That feels kind of bad. Our positioning is pretty okay here. Let's get a root down in the middle for that spell power increase. Looks like we did hit 2 members of the enemy team. Every time a potion is ready to send, I'm going to try to send it on our front line that is somehow still sustaining in this. I have a guess as to why this is working. It's because the enemy team is completely fucking ignoring me over here. Look at I'm standing in front of Diablo. Hold on, I might be able to get him. Stand in that. No. Okay, I don't have any damage. We need 3 more monsters to finish off the objective, and we got them. Regen Globe filling up some of my lost mana as well. These super healing potions, how these work is when you place them on the ground, they're going to take some time, but they will form a stronger potion after a short delay. That just got buffed in the previous patch, where if a target is below 50%, they're going to get additional healing as well. I believe the overall healing was nerfed, but then if a target's actually low, they're going to be healed for significantly more. Let's stay a while and listen. Didn't catch Tyrande. I'm actually going to cancel my ult here and place the root right on Tyrande. Just barely missing Cho'Gall. Just barely. Diablo is going to be taken down. The Immortal jumping over the wall as our never-ending front line pushes forward. The root right on top of Leoric's wall. Beautiful setup by the friendly team. I'm going to root one more time as I'm backing up here, and let's remember to always be sending out potions. We're now going to pick up Scroll of Stone's Curse. This is going to increase the damage of the She was, oh, I'm sorry. I'm a terrible person. There, oh God, don't take it. It's bad. Potion for Leoric. I think I just fucking saved him. Oh my God. Okay, let's read this down. If it hits 2 players, which does Cho'Gall count as 2 players with this quest description? It should, right? It deals 200% more damage. I've had great luck with the scaling damage from level 1 with that talent too. Sorry, Zeg. I kept running into your healing. My bad. I was just panicking. I was really fucking scared. Looks like this game's going pretty well. Of course, we say this every time we encounter a Cho'Gall. The best way to counter Cho'Gall is to soak XP. If you can stay ahead of them, it makes their life so damn difficult. And our Zagara in particular, and Hogger doing way more than I thought, have been doing an excellent job of that. We do get scouted out here, but that's okay. A quick potion will heal us up, no problem. If we ever get in trouble, all I do is hold down Alt and start spamming Q, and what that's going to do is self-cast heals right underneath me. So if we take basically any damage in a team fight, that's what I'm going to do. I'm immediately going to start backing up and healing myself. The majority of the friendly team pushing down in the bottom lane. Let's see if we can make anything happen here versus Diablo. The root is out. Will it land? Yes, it does. Do we have any damage to kill him, though? Not really. Cho'Gall up in the top lane is taking over a mercenary camp with Tyrande. They know we're here now, and I was kind of far forward there. If they come down here to defend and we kill him, I mean, that's a core, right? Another good root there. Again, if I got that other fucking talent, he would have taken so much extra damage. Whoa, I don't know about this team. It's looking pretty sketchy all of a sudden. We are going to see Hogger taking a shit ton of damage. Hey, guys, let's all just stay a while and listen. Unfortunately, not a ton of damage to follow up on our team to really make that happen. We do throw a potion down for Zagara. She does not pick it up, but we are able to heal her again. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the majority of the action here. I'm just trying to plot my escape at this point. Mei is going to start to fall back. That potion would have healed her for a ton. She can grab that one. Zagara at the bottom of the screen. Potion in front of her. Cho'Gall's about to power forward. Let's root here. Potion on Zagara. Let's keep fucking moving, team. Let's keep fucking moving. Look at this, though. Here, I actually think I caught Tyrande. I wasn't expecting her to move back towards me. That route would have been pretty good if she continued on her path. Mei moving forward into the ice block is not going to die as we are marching back into the enemy team. That's a big potion there, Zagara. You could have had it. You could have had it. We're just kind of wasting time over here. This is trying to cast Stay a While. Unfortunately, did it go on a short cooldown or was it just not ready? Root on top of Diablo to try to help our Mei get away. We don't even need it. Stay a While is ready now. If I can get in position, we are going to see Tyrande using Starfall after that encounter ended. Nice couple of pickups of kills. We just need to be careful doing that all of the time. The more time we give Abathur to free soak, the harder this game is going to be. At level 20, I absolutely love Bottomless Flask. What this does is when you throw a potion on the ground, you're no longer littering, you're recycling. Every potion just has a short cooldown until it reforms. And because we have the super healing potion, that healing also gets increased if that potion is left on the ground for a long amount of time. Really, really fun combination. I used to always love running this with a Sergeant Hammer. You let Sergeant Hammer siege up and literally just put potions underneath the tank. It's actually ridiculous. Also, if you're ever in a position where you're pushing into a core, the fact that these repopulate just means your team is going to have a super easy job just getting all of the healing from that. I'm actually trying to bait Diablo into engaging on me here, because if he does, my team's going to be able to capitalize on that really well. Okay, I wasn't expecting quite all of this. Stay on and listen. We're going to cancel our ult and try to form a root underneath it. I didn't quite do that right, but it looks like that doesn't matter as the Punisher is jumping in, taking down the enemy team's healer. And remember, every time I put a potion down as we're moving forward, that potion will reform after a short time. So we're going to have a path of healing all the way to the enemy team's core that our team can use to heal themselves back up. I have had so much fun on Deckard in these practice games, so much more than I expected. If you were sleeping on this character like I have been, I highly, highly, highly recommend you give him a try. This one really was the biggest surprise for me. Like I said, I really do enjoy that level 1 talent where you can scale up your damage throughout the course of the game. I do think that extra armor reduction would have helped out a lot, considering our damage was kind of on the low side with our team composition. But at the end of the day, it didn't really seem to matter. May getting out of there with 0 deaths, and she did have some close calls, though. We had 75 seconds of root time. All in all, I would say that was a pretty fun game. Talents we used in today's video: Field Study, Rejuvenation Potion. The most popular one at this tier is the Ruby, where you combine the Ruby with the Herodric Cube, and then when you slow someone with the Herodric Cube, it drops additional healing. That was the most popular one, and that was the best one prior to this new patch, but I've really been enjoying Rejuvenation Potion. I think the mana return on that is pretty fun, especially depending on your actual team comp. Cube Mastery at level 7. Stay a while and listen at 10. Super Healing at level 13. I don't know if Scroll of Stone Curse was actually working against Cho'Gall or not. My favorite talent on this tree is the one where if you hit someone with your stick, you just stun them. I think that's so fun. And it can actually be a viable talent if the enemy team has a lot of like aggressive people that are diving your back line. It can help out a lot. Bottomless Flask at level 20 makes it so you can never die ever, even if you try. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Up next, we're going to be taking a look at what the heck? Wait, shouldn't he be down in the W's? See you guys again soon. Goodbye.